We're glad that you're joining us today to talk about the risks of going to trial and what may happen if you lose your debt collection case. If you decide to go to trial, there is always the risk that you will lose. Trials are time-consuming and can be very expensive. Even if you think you have a strong case, the laws may be written in such a way that the judge will rule against you and for the other side. If this happens, the judge will order a judgment, and this will go on your record. If the judge enters a judgment against you, then you move into what's called the collection phase of the lawsuit. When someone wins a case and is entitled to money, the law provides ways for them to collect it. The winning side will send you a notice of judgment and additional interrogatories. Remember, these are just written questions. They will ask you things like, where do you work? Where do you have bank accounts? What other things do you own, like electronics, furniture, clothing, and other personal and real property? You must answer these questions. If you do not, a supplemental proceeding will be held where you must come back to court. You will be ordered to answer. Remember, collections is not a friendly type of process. If you do not go to the supplemental proceeding, the other side can get a warrant for your arrest issued by the judge, and this does happen sometimes. This process is complicated and can be overwhelming. It can also be quite technical. So if you get frustrated, we'll talk about some resources where you can reach out for help in the video on free resources. The key is to stay involved and not give up. As for what can happen, you may be subject to garnishment. This is a legal method to collect on a judgment. If you have a way to avoid garnishment, you will want to do all you can to prevent it. They can garnish your wages, usually by taking 25% of your take-home pay from each paycheck until the judgment is paid in full. They can garnish bank accounts. This means they can take all of the money that belongs to you that is in your bank account. The only exception are things that are protected. These are things like pensions, disability payments, Social Security, but the list is very narrow. There are not many, and you'll want to talk to a volunteer to see if they apply to you. They can also do what's called execution. This is where they have the sheriff come and take property from your home. A few things are off limits, but again, these are very narrow exceptions. They will then sell your things and credit it, less their costs, against the amount of the judgment entered against you. So again, stay involved. Some of these things may be avoided, or at least you can better understand what to expect. Thank you for taking the time to watch and learn more about judgments and garnishment. If you have more questions about this, be sure to use the options given in the video about free resources or talk to your volunteer. Thank you, and we wish you the best.